You know what I'm saying? What it is, what it is, what it is. Oh, I'm a little bit too close. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. There we go. Boom. What's good? What's good? What y'all got going on? I'm gonna let y'all fall up in here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all get up in here already. Let me know what y'all got going this week. 4th of July weekend. Let me know what y'all got going. Let me know what y'all got going up in here. Let me know what y'all got going. Comment. Let me know what's up. Make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through here. Yo, what's good? What's good? What y'all got going with you? What y'all got going? What y'all doing? How y'all enjoying the Friday? Because we don't want Russ. We don't want Russ. But hey, I seen something about y'all boys sending Russ and AD to LA for Kate. We gonna talk about. All right, I'm actually glad you in here, Lou, because we gonna talk about this because actually that's one of the things I want to talk about was this whole KD thing because it's kind of ironic. The funny thing because my very first sports video on YouTube was right after the Warriors beat Cleveland with KD for the first time, and KD won his first ring. And it wasn't a rant, but I was basically just going why people really wasn't fooling with the Golden State Warriors and why people really was mad at the whole KD situation to Golden State, and yeah, and that's part of the reason why I wanted Golden State to win this title this couple weeks ago because I want them to do it without Kevin Durant. Make sure you hitting that like button. I see more people coming through here. Make sure you hitting that like button though. And yeah, yeah, man, KD, that dude weak, bro. Like he mentally weak. That boy is mentally weak. He really is. Why Apollo to try and recruit KD to the Magic? He part. Hey man, Paulo like he a franchise player, he a cornerstone player. I like it. It has nothing to do with actually the trade because I do not want Kevin Durant. Like I don't want to make the same mistake that Brooklyn actually made and what the Lakers actually made, giving up all that young talent when you got young pieces, giving up all that young talent too early just to get a quick superstar real quick. Nah, I like what the players that the Magic got on the whole entire roster. To be honest with you, I mean, like I know we just re-signed Gary Harris, and we still got Terrence Ross as of right now. I do think Terrence Ross probably will be gone by the trade deadline, but I'm those two players notwithstanding. Our oldest player is Jonathan Isaac and Markel Fultz. I think it's technically Markel Fultz, and they both only 24 years old. Everybody else is 23, 22, 21, and 20. And Paulo's 19. Like realistically, like really, like that's how young our team is. When your oldest c- real key contributor, because I think Terrence Ross is going to get traded, and I think down the line I don't think that Gary I think Gary Harris is a veteran presence. When your key contributor your oldest key contributor is 24. When you got two 24-year old, a 23-year-old, and Michael Carter Williams, I'm not Michael Williams, Wendell Carter Jr. I'm sorry, and then you got uh uh 20 a 22-year-old and Bamba 22-year-old and Cole Anthony 21-year-old and Chuma 21-year-old and RJ 21-year-old. Well, 21-year-old and Suggs a 20-year-old and Franz Wagner and then a 19-year-old and Paulo that's a young ass core beyond young. These guys ain't even 25 yet. Nah, like I'm not about to blow it up for no KD and Kyrie. But I do like the fact that he said it because that basically means he gonna take that. What I like about it, I think he's a guy who's not gonna shy away from stuff. He's not gonna shy away from taking the big shot. He's not gonna shy away that type of mentality. I'm cool with the mentality, but no, I don't want to blow up the team behind that. Damn, he didn't talk about the Texans no more. I shit all about the Orlando man. No, it's not. When the last time I did a Texas video? Really ain't nothing really going on right now. Like to be honest, like what am I supposed to talk about? I actually talked about the Texans the other day on Tuesday. But I mean, as of right now, really nothing really to go on. I mean, training camp don't start until the end of the month. Now, when training camp starts at the end of the month, it's definitely gonna be a whole bunch of Texans talk. It's gonna be a whole bunch of Texas coverage. What do you think? What do the Magic need to take the next leap? They just need to grow up. Really, just play and see what it is. See what they got. They got a lot of young talent. They just need to grow up, play, get the experience. No, um, none of them really have experience. They really don't. I mean, like I said, Isaac and Fultz both have playoff experience. I mean, Isaac, the only real one that got playoff experience, because like Fultz got the bubble playoff experience, and same thing with Mo Bamba. They got like the bubble playoff experience, but they don't have like actual real playoff experience. Jonathan Isaac got real playoff experience in the series that we lost. What's the boy's name? What's the boy's name? What is their name? Toronto. Could think of Toronto's name. Like that's the only time they really got like a real playoff experience. So Magic so young they can't even play. Man, nah, man, no, they can play for you, man. That's your old ass team that can't play, and y'all gotta try to find a way. Now the thing is, I see the trade talking about. No, the Lakers feel like they have a package to get Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. How they feel they gonna get Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving unless they give up LeBron? And that's that's like I don't like because the package I seen was 2 first round picks. It won't, that mind you, won't be the 2027 and 2028, which I guess technically would be a good thing for Brooklyn because it'd be so far out and you want them to blow up. But and then giving away giving away Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. Why would you give up Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant for AD and Russell Westbrook? Really, I wouldn't even give up Kevin Durant for Kevin Durant and Russell and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving for LeBron and AD. I'm not even giving up for them, let alone AD and Russ. I'm not doing it for that's stupid. It's beyond dumb. Like if the I'm not the I mean if the Lakers do it, I mean that's a genius move on the Lakers. That's beyond dumb for Brooklyn. I don't see why Brooklyn would even take that. It was reports saying Lakers want to keep AD and just get Kyrie. So, but still, what do the Lakers have to get Kyrie? Why would Brooklyn take Russ back in a whole? Because Brooklyn, I don't think Brooklyn want no like they. I think they don't want no stars. And see, the thing is, Brooklyn messed up their core because they had a young team that made the playoffs in 2019. They had who they play against? I think they lost to Milwaukee. I think they lost to Giannis in Milwaukee, but they won game one. No, they had D'Angelo Russell, who made an All Star game that year. Like they had a young team who they could have continued to build around and continue to grow. Had a young head coach, and they blew it all up to go get Kevin. Like that's the reason why they didn't sign D'Lo was because they wanted to get Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Well, and Kyrie, Brooklyn is. I grew up being a Brooklyn. I mean, I grew up being a Nets fan. I grew up in New Jersey. I'm a Nets fan, man. The thing is, I actually like Kyrie because Kyrie played the dude. Kyrie, my boy. I told y'all before, Kyrie crazy. Like I like the Kyrie really something really wrong with dude. But nah, like that's trash to be honest with you. Like square business. That's really trash, man. Like for real, that really is. That's really trash, spineless, all that. Make sure you're hitting that like button when y'all come through. I see more people coming in, but them likes ain't going up. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Just imagine a Kyrie AD pick and roll. Also, how dangerous Braun. I mean, yeah. To be honest, like the combination is straight, but how are you going to acquire them? And then also like, is Kyrie still in the headspace? Because I mean, you could sit up there and say how cold they're going to be. That's how Brooklyn fans was talking a year and a half ago when they traded for James Harden. Oh man, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and good job by the Houston Rockets. Good job by Houston Rockets because the Houston Rockets have what they have control over over the next picks for the next what 5 6 drafts. Either they have their picks straight out all out route all outright just have their picks, or they have the ability and the capability to trade their picks. Not trade the picks, but pick swaps. So so that means that Brooklyn can be if Brooklyn unloads KD and Kevin Durant. I mean KD and Kyrie Irving, and they a lottery team. More than likely, I don't care if they got Ben Simmons, they're gonna be a lottery team. If they do this, say if they always in the lottery, I mean they're always in the top. I mean the Rockets, who already have their main star in Jalen Green, they already have who I think is the second running mate the second running mate in Jabari Smith. Now they could potentially have a whole bunch of draft capital, and not to mention it can actually benefit from being good. They don't have to the Rockets don't have to tank. The Rockets could go out there and try to win, go out there and be good because they still got power and control over the next pick. So as long as the Nets trash, they get good draft pick capital, kind of like the Texans and Cleveland. It's kind of funny that both James Harden and Deshaun Watson both forced their way out of Houston. They both forced their way out of Houston. The teams that acquired both players, they thinking, oh, we will, whatever. They give up all these picks, give up all the control for the picks, and now they won't be able to. Now they won't be able to benefit from the picks. They don't have the players because either Deshaun's suspended or James Harden is no longer on Brooklyn, and now they'll be bad and they won't even get a chance to benefit from being bad because the Rockets and the Texans got control of their draft picks. How smart does both Houston franchises look right now? Really, like seriously. Now I know one of them was looking very incompetent just a year and a half ago, but now over the past year, over the past couple of months, we actually not even just a year and a half ago, just as early as 7 months ago, the Texans look completely incompetent. But now they look like geniuses, especially if Deshaun gets an indefinite suspension and misses multiple seasons, which I told y'all a couple weeks ago I would not be surprised. Not saying it would happen, but I'm saying I would not be surprised if they suspend him for a year and a half to 2 years, especially seeing what Trevor Bauer got. So them aiming for an indefinite suspension, hopefully more than likely, if they aiming for an indefinite suspension, that's it, that they definitely want to have it to be a year at the very least, at the minimum, that he could be missing around a year and a half, 2.5 years because of something of that nature. Because of something of that nature, that right there puts a black stain on what they're doing, and because of that, the Houston Texans can benefit from that when it comes to the draft capital, and also the same thing for the Houston Rockets, trading away James Harden, and acquiring their draft capital. Both of these franchises look extremely competent and extremely genius by allowing their superstars to go, which normally is absurd. I think that Deshaun Watson is an unprecedented, unusual circumstance because of the whole cases and things like that. Because obviously, if he don't have no cases, he's playing. Cleveland don't really care about the picks, but forget them picks. But when it comes to James Harden, this is buyer beware. This is buyer beware, especially what you see now, James Harden in Houston. But I understood it. Again, if I'm Brooklyn's front office, I understand why they did it. I definitely get it because you got Kevin Durant, you got Kyrie Irving. Even if James Harden does have his playoff woes, you got those guys. You should be able, but it is what it is. Hey, shout out to that boy Chris, man. Hey, appreciate you, Chris, man. Appreciate it for the super chat love, man. Appreciate that. According to the NFL Pro Focus, Texans linebackers until I said that wrong. Texas line, but until the 31st play. Also, also say only Davis Mills is the what happened? Catalyst optimism for the Texas team. What's your take on this? Support Spitz, go Colts. All right, damn, I shouldn't have said go Colts. No, it's not go Colts. Go Texas. Hey, appreciate that, Chris. Appreciate the super chat love. And also, hey, if you want, you comment below. But remember, if you get super chats, your comment is a main priority. Main priority. But nah, uh, the 31st place, like I said, I see a lot of that type of situation. I don't know. I don't think the Tays are going to relatively be good. I don't think they're going to be that bad. I'm not gonna say that. Talking about the only reason for optimism is Davis Mills. I don't even see Davis Mills really being the reason of optimism. Like I don't. Like I said, I'm not going to bash Davis Mills. I'm not. I'm going to wait to wait to the not pro day, wait to the bye week before I give a full assessment on how I feel going forward. But I would say the level of optimism for the Texans, if you just talking about on the field, should be Derek Stingley. It should be it should be the defense in general, but definitely should be Derek Stingley. He's your first pick in the draft, and the guy who's probably your most talented guy in the draft, and yeah, that's the real reason for optimism, and also the offensive line because you do have a Pro Bowler in Larry Tunsil. You have you have two more first round picks and Tyus Howard and now Kenyon Green. Those should be levels of optimism, possibly building a offensive line and building a legitimate defense. Those should be levels of optimism. Now I think they want the Texans to be the worst in everything, like when the Jags are better than us now. I mean. The Jazz probably in the best situation. I think the Texans still gonna beat the Jags. I think they're gonna split. I don't think they're gonna sweep them, but I think the Texans gonna beat the Jags. Cause I don't think the Jags are all that good either. I think the Jazz still gonna be drafted top 10. But you know what though? I should take that back. I actually think the Jags are going to be the second best team in the division. But that's not saying much because I think the Colts are going to win. I think the Colts are going to win the division. I think they're going to win the division probably by probably be like a 9-win team, like 9-8, like be a 9-win team and win the division. I think the Jazz gonna be right a hair underneath that, and I also think that the what's the boy's name? The Titans. I think the Titans are gonna underachieve. Definitely, I definitely think the Titans are gonna underachieve. I think the Titans are definitely gonna underachieve, and people are gonna be upset when it comes to the Tennessee Titans because I think they definitely gonna underachieve in everything. Record predictions, they got the Jags sweeping us. No, they ain't gonna sweep us. I don't think they're gonna sweep us. Nah. Uh, I don't think they're gonna sweep us. Did I have us beating the Titans? I think I actually got us beating everybody in the division. I think I got us splitting in every game. 'Cause I actually changed my mind. I actually think the Texans are going to win week 1. Actually, I think they're going to win opening day. I think they're going to come out there and win. I think they're going to come out there and win opening day. I think Lovey is going to. I think the trick, if I'm not mistaken, I think every Texans head coach has won their first game. I know Don Capers won his first game. I know Bill O'Brien won his first game. I know David Culley won his first game. I can't remember about Kubiak because Kubiak first season is 2006. I can't remember. Maybe not. I don't think Kubiak won his first game. 'Cause I think his first game was against Philly, and I know if it's against Philly, we lost to Philly. I think his first game was against Philly. Can't remember though, but I know Don Capers, Don Capers beat Dallas. Bill O'Brien beat Washington. David Culley beat the Jags, and Lovey's gonna have a chance to beat. Lovey's gonna have a chance to go up against the Colts. And actually, David Culley. You know, David Culley was the very first Texan head coach to have his first season not play against the NFC East. Because everybody else had their first season they played against the NFC East. Don Capers, Gary Kubiak, Bill O'Brien, now even Lovie Smith. But David Culley was the last one that didn't. I feel like we going to sweep Jags and split between the Titans and the Colts. No, I don't think we sweeping nobody. I don't think we're gonna sweep nobody. But I definitely think we're gonna win week 1. I definitely think we're gonna win. Man, make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through. I see more people coming through, but the likes ain't going up. But yeah, but I definitely I think we're gonna split against all of them. I really do. I think that's gonna be the situation. We're gonna split against everybody. Oh man, appreciate that boy Chris once again. Hey man, appreciate Chris for the super chat love, man. Appreciate that. You're high on it. Oh, bro, you so besides with the Texans, you're blind by the stats and talent yet, yet you still believe, bro. You for me for be bro, be not a fan. Oh wait. Oh, so you said about about the stats. What you mean? What you mean about the stats? No, like you talking about when it comes to the Colts because I think the Colts are the best team in the division. I mean, I think the Colts are the best team in the division, but I don't really see uh who's is was it is it I'm about to say Matt Ryan, yeah, because I just got Matt Ryan. Um, I do think that Matt Ryan can win some games. I think the Titans gonna fall. I just think it's ready for the Titans to fall. All right, all right. Appreciate you, Chris. You have no talent or stats. Talking about the Texans, I know Texans ain't got no talent. No, I take that back. They do have talent. They got talent on the defensive side. And when it comes because I think they got talent in Gennard. They got talent in and obviously Darius Stingley. They got talent in Petrie. They got I actually think that I think Wallow is actually talented to be honest with you. And also I same thing I think with Roy Lopez. I think he's talented. Spitz, we do not have talent. You okay? Y'all gonna sit up and say that Darius Stingley is not talented? Y'all gonna sit up and really say that Darius Stingley is not talented? I didn't say we had the best talent. But I do think there's talent on the roster on the defensive side, and then you got Brandon Cooks. Like Brandon Cooks is talented. Like come on now, like Brandon Cooks could. The thing about Brandon Cooks, he's not a number one receiver. Brandon Cooks is probably a number two receiver on any good football team in the NFL. He's a solid number two. I just don't think he's a number one receiver. He's not a true legitimate number one. He a number one for us because of the situation we in. So I mean he has talent. And then like I say, Stingley has talent. I think Petrie has talent. And I think uh um I just said his name, Jonathan Gennard. Like y'all sleep on Jonathan. Y'all will know about Jonathan Gennard. Just y'all will know. Y'all will definitely know about Jonathan Gennard soon. Shout out to that boy Chris once again. I want I want you to criticize Texas not as a fan, but you want me to criticize the Texans not as a fan, but as a true analyst. See, okay, appreciate the super chat love as always, Chris. This is the thing, because I am a fan. I have a emotional tie to the franchise. Now, I'm not one of those fans who thinks that everybody's going to win the Super Bowl. I might be more overcritical for a player, but even then, I don't feel like I'm overcritical because I know a lot of people couldn't stand Will Fuller, and I was always in defense of Will Fuller. But I know for a fact that I'm not overly biased. I know that for a fact that I'm not overly biased. If I was overly biased, I'd be hyped on Davis Mills like a lot of these people are, or I've been hyped on who was somebody else that everybody was hyped on that I just didn't see it. Uh, and actually, to be honest, it took me a while. It took me a while to come around the Will, not Will Fuller, to Hopkins. Like Hopkins' first 2 years, I mean, like I said, it really took the after Dre left is when I was like, okay, Hopkins really that dude. Because it took me a while because I'm like, oh, he was getting softer coverage because the 2 years that Dre was here, Dre still got double team and Dre still had got the number one assignment as far as the number one corner or number one safety or whatever the case may be. So Hopkins had a lesser assignment, and I was like, I don't know about Hop, I don't know about Hop. And then Dre left, and Hop was here by himself, and Hop was still doing his thing. I'm like, okay, Hop really is that dude. So people was telling me Hop year one how good Hop was. So I'm definitely not biased. I said if anything, I'll be overcritical. I'm more critical, so it's kind of hard to criticize him and not being emotional. Cause you already know you already know how I feel about what's the boy name? Egg Murray, the hot bud garbage carrying member. How I definitely felt about David Johnson. How I felt about Lamar Miller. Whew. How I felt, but I had that positive for Lamar Miller when I seen David Johnson play football. That don't make no sense. But no, but I mean, you already know how I feel about it. I don't think the team is there. I don't think the team is any good. I don't think they're the worst team in the NFL. I don't think they're the worst team in the NFL. I just don't think I don't think they're going to end up with the worst record in the NFL. But even though I say I don't feel like they're the worst team in the NFL, if you ask me who do I think the Texans are better than, like who's worse than the Texans, I really can't truly answer that question because I'm like, okay, the Giants are they really worse than the Texans? I think the Jets are better than the Texans, uh, especially now. The Falcons are they worse than the Texans? I don't really think so. It's Carolina. I really don't think so. It's Seattle now. I don't really think so. It's Detroit. Maybe Detroit. I might put Detroit worse than the Texans. I might have Detroit worse than the Texans. I might say Detroit. I really might say Detroit. Will I say Chicago? I don't know. I might say them too. Uh, will I? Do I want to say the Giants are worse? Do I want to say the Giants are worse than the Texans? I actually kind of do want to say the Giants are worse than the Texans. Shout out to that boy Chris, man. Chris, man, appreciate the super chat love, man. Appreciate that, bro. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. So you want me to start criticizing, like I said, as an analyst? Okay. You want me to uh, give a better analysis? I got you, bro. What are the Magic needing in the next year's draft? Um, Shooting. Magic needs shooting. That's something that obviously I wanted to fix. I thought you could have fixed it with Jabari, but since you draft Paolo over Jabari, which I've definitely understood. I've made 3 videos before we even drafted Jabari. I mean, drafted Paolo, stating why the Magic would draft Paolo and actually claiming before the draft that that's who was going to be the pick. Then after that, made 2 more videos about the addition to Paulo and why you would have or why the Magic ultimately fell in the reason for drafting Paulo, and it's pretty much the same reasons why I said they was going to draft him. But because of that, I think you go after shooting. Don't know if the Magic will actually be a lottery team next year because I definitely think the Magic have a legitimate shot to be in the play-in next year, or they definitely damn well should be because of the talent that they have, the young talent that they have, and now that Brooklyn potentially could be getting broken up, especially if they split all these teams to the west. Especially if Kyrie or KD go to the west somewhere, or even no, if they go to the west somewhere, that definitely that knocks Brooklyn out. I don't think Brooklyn makes the playoffs with Ben Simmons as their best player. Uh, Now there was a trade that I seen that there was a trade that I seen involving KD, put him in the West that actually would help out Brooklyn, and that is sending KD to New Orleans and getting uh um was it Colin Sexton? I know it was getting Brandon Ingram. Oh, Jackson, the center Jackson getting Brandon Ingram and getting a couple of picks. That would help Brooklyn because now Brandon Ingram would be the main guy, obviously. Ben Simmons will be able to give. I think Ben Simmons definitely can get Brandon Ingram the ball, and Brandon Ingram can score, and that definitely puts them in. That definitely puts Brooklyn, keep Brooklyn head above float, and then that also I think helps out New Orleans. You have Zion and KD. Now, does KD want to go to New Orleans? Even though I don't think he has no trade clause, he ain't got no say in the matter. But it's a very sticky situation because I didn't know this because the NBA has a rule. The NBA has a rule. Okay, I want to talk about this. The NBA has a rule stating that stating that you can't have two players on rookie max that you acquired from another team. Now, if you have a player that's a rookie max on your team and you draft and you trade for him, you can trade. You could for instance like Zion. Zion is a rookie max player on a max play. He's on his rookie deal and he got a max contract. So you could trade somebody over there and you could trade Zion so over where that plays at. But you can't trade for instance, the Magic can't trade Zion and get Zion and then go out and try to trade for somebody else that's on rookie max because of that situation. And because of that, and because Ben Simmons has gotten a max on his rookie deal, has gotten the max on his rookie deal from the 76ers and was traded to Brooklyn because of him being on the roster. These are the players who the Brooklyn Nets cannot ask for via trade. Bam Adebayo from Miami, Devin Booker, Luca, Joel Embiid, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum, Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and Trae Young. So, I know he wanted to go to Phoenix. I know Brooklyn talking about that they ain't doing the list unless Devin Booker won. Obviously, they would not ask for Devin Booker. I mean, obviously, why would KD want to go to Phoenix if it wasn't for Devin Booker? Same thing with Joel Embiid. Same thing with Luca. Same thing with De'Aaron Fox. Same thing with Shai. Same thing with Michael Porter Jr. Jamal Murray is an interesting one. Same thing with Michael Porter Jr. Those two are interesting because I can see KD wanting to play with Jokic. That's one thing that I'm pretty sure they will want. They want back. And also Bam, because I know he wants to go to Miami. That hurts. Because Denver can't get into the mix. Because I think, to be honest, Denver might have done it. If Denver's able to trade Jamal Murray, like say if Denver could trade Jamal Murray, say Denver could trade package Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, or Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and some picks to go get KD. I think Brooklyn would accept that because you can build around Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. Then especially having what the boy name is Ben Simmons. And I think that'll benefit KD just fine having having Jokic having another MVP run. So it's back to you having MVP level players on one team. So I think that will help him. So obviously Miami he want to play with Jimmy Butler, but they can't give up Bam. So what are they giving up Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson? Who wants? You're not doing nothing with that. So it's kind of a shame. NBA's you have NBA sub moments have you watching this. Bobo superstar player. Bobo ain't a superstar player. Even though we did re-sign Bobo, I got a fat feeling we did. Like I said, Bobo, Mo Williams, Bobo, Mo Bamba, and Jonathan Isaac is part of the reason why I knew that they weren't about to draft Chet Holmgren. Part of the reason why I knew they weren't finna draft Chet Holmgren. There's no reason to draft Chet Holmgren because you already had you already had three tall skinny dudes. Like you already had three tall skinny dudes. So there was no reason for you to go out there and draft him. There was no reason for you to draft him at all. None whatsoever. Make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through here. Make sure you hitting that like button. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more minutes. I actually got some stuff I gotta take care of. So make sure you hitting that like button. Make sure you hitting that like button. Comment. Let me know what y'all talking about. Uh, but I knew he wasn't about to get drafted. I mean, he wasn't gonna get drafted because of that. And more than likely, Bobo will be a player who they probably possibly put on the G League thing. But hey, it is what it is. Even though I see that and say, okay, he probably more likely possibly be in the G League. I think it's somebody who you want to develop. And like I was saying earlier, like it's a young team. It's a team that's a lot of players that's under the age of 25. Bobo goes into that. Would you rather the Magic get to the finals by high draft picks, manufacturing a trade, or future for the star? Um, as of right now, as of right now, I'd rather go with the players that we have. I have no actual preference of how you get there, how you get how you get to a championship, how you win a championship. I have no preference. Oh, there's not it's not a right way or wrong way. You build or you draft. The thing is, if you actually have legitimate talent, you don't you don't want to. I'm not in the mindset of giving and blowing it all up. I'm not in the mindset of blowing it all up. Unless unless it's you already know you've kind of reached the ceiling with it or whatever the case may be, because I don't want to be both the Lakers and Brooklyn. Those two are good examples, especially when it comes to these players, because these players here, and I think it's more so that maybe if it wasn't Kevin Durant and wasn't Kyrie, maybe if it was a Donovan Mitchell and a Trey Young, or Donovan Mitchell Jokic, if it's Ja Morant, and just, if it's another cast of guys, because Giannis, another cast of guys, is because Kevin Durant and Kyrie have both showed you. Both of these guys were top picks. Kyrie number one overall pick, Kevin Durant number two pick. Both went to the finals for the original franchise who drafted them, right? And both bailed for no real reason to new franchise. Now Kevin Durant ended up winning two titles, and Kyrie was wishy-washy in Boston, and then they both bailed on those franchises to go team up, and now they willing to bail on this franchise to go somewhere else. Like it's they're not consistent. They not consistent. They not loyal. They not consistent. They're not loyal, and I wouldn't want to push all my eggs in the basket to go get them. The talent, yes, the talent unquestionable. I'm not talking about that. I'm not getting that. But then again, Kevin Durant is 34 years old. When I just told you, 34, 35 years old, when I just told you that the oldest key piece on the team in Markel Fultz and Jonathan Isaac are both 24. Both of them are 10 years younger than Kevin Durant. So I'd rather roll with them. I would. I would definitely rather roll with them. I definitely would. Bobo beefing up, he will wreck the league once he gets a good. Hey, Bobo has a lot of skill. I said that when he was in Oregon. That Bobo has a lot of skill. He's just too damn small. He's just too damn skinny. But he has a lot of talent. He has a lot of talent, a lot of skill. But I can't. I mean, he definitely has to bulk up. He has a lot of skill. I don't know, put all my eggs in his basket as far as him being a key contributor, but I would definitely like to see what he got, because I don't. Is he playing in something? Well, they just re-signed him, so he probably can't play in some league. I can't remember. I don't even remember what draft Bobo was in. I'm surprised Arjun Hampton in some league, but I definitely would like to see Bobo get some more minutes or get some playing time. I definitely want to see Bobo, so I definitely do. I definitely do. But yeah, for 2 years. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to get out here. Like I said, I got some stuff I got to handle and take care of. Appreciate everybody that came through, liked and they comment and they shared. Make sure y'all like, y'all comment, and y'all share. Make sure y'all click that bell, get more videos. Hey, shout out to that boy Chris with the super chat. He wants me to hold the Texans a little bit more accountable. Wants me to be a little bit more critical from an analyst standpoint, not from a fan standpoint. So we definitely gonna get that rocking. Like I said, appreciate you, Chris, for all the super chat love his show today. Hey, shout out to everybody out there that tuned in and watched. I holla.